homes that participate now, if a family child care home provider is receiving reward, they're in the system. You'll be able to look up all homes by their K-8 number, but if they're not if they're not participating in the system, when the record pops up, it's not going to have anything there. Mandatory, it's in the STARS criteria, that the proposed STARS criteria, that it would become mandatory July 1 if the facility is a STAR facility. And they would have from July 1 until June 30th to come on. So they would have all next fiscal year to come into compliance. So if the STARS changes are approved, it would begin to become mandatory in July, but we're looking at really next June before we would have fully everybody in the system. All right, I'm going to show the folks that got in late and didn't know how to log in. I'm going to show you how to do that. You want to be sure that you've clicked the button Organization. The organization ID for Oklahoma Child Care Services is 8046, and the password right now is REG number 1 STRY and a number 1, and then you just simply click Sign In. You'll see your organization page. You're going to choose Registry Reports and Facility Staff Report. It will bring you to this page, and then you'll just simply type in the K-8 number for the facility that you're needing to look up. All right, it looks like someone else typed a question. The password at this time, and the people that came in a little late, one of the things that we have recommended, just for security purposes, is that the password gets changed on a regular basis, and they will send out that new password to you guys. But the password right now is, and this is lowercase, it's REG, a number 1, STRY, and a number 1. So it's basically Registry 1, but instead of an I, it also has a number 1. So it is a little bit more secure than just typing in registry. So someone might be able to guess what that password is, but our hope is that they wouldn't. Like I said, you'll be receiving a little 2-page how to access the facility report, like a little information sheet that you can use when you get in. The first time you log in, if you sit down at the computer and you freeze up and you're like, oh my gosh, and you're not understanding your directions report, you can for sure give us a call here at the office and we'll be able to walk you through. We are still collecting paper applications, so providers that don't have internet access, they can do it all paper. Where that's going to make a difference, I'll log back into Integris's report. If someone doesn't, say it's a child care center and they don't have access to the internet, what's going to look different on their report is right here in this verification status line. All of that is going to say self-report. It's not going to be verified or administrator verified. Unless we went out to do a program. If we went out to do a program administration scale at that site, then we would verify it and it would say verified. But if the child care center doesn't have internet access, the director would not be able to do administrator verified on their staff. So that's what's going to look different. But we are still going to be accepting paper applications. We're not saying that people have to do an application via the website. It may be faster for them, but we are still going to be accepting paper applications. So we are by no means saying you have to have internet access to participate. Other questions? Looks like we have somebody typing in a question. If a trainer isn't approved through CECPD, the training can still show up in the registry if that person submits their training certificate. So when they submit their application, if they send in training certificates, we will still log all of those trainings into the system. So the answer to that question is yes. If it's an approved training sponsor or a trainer through CECPD, the training's going to show up on their record, almost in real time, because they will enter the roster right after the training. If someone is attending training that's being provided by individuals that are not in the approval process, they will only get those trainings added when they renew, so once a year. So that training isn't going to show up. So it's going to look like they don't have any training, but in fact they do. They just are not getting their training from an approved source. There is a fee to be on the registry. It's $10 for teachers and family talk or home providers. And if someone wants a director's credential, that's $25. If they renew before they expire, there is no renewal fee though. And there's many ways that someone could get a voucher so that they could get on the system for free. But at this time, yes, there is a fee.
But you can, that was a question. You can submit your application for CECPD. Remember she said it wouldn't show up?
It would show up,
It'll just show up. It won't be verified. It'll be self-reported.
Self-reported.
It'll be self-report.
Okay.
They'll send in the certificate as well. It wouldn't show up.
Is there a question out there? I can hear some people talking. I mean, if there's something I need to clarify, I'd be more than happy to do that. Okay. Well, if there's not any more questions, we'll be done for today. I don't want to take up, more of your time. I know you're busy people. I don't want to take up more of your time than's necessary, but definitely want to make sure that all questions were answered. So I'll give just one more little pause for any additional questions, and if there aren't any more, I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day.